Master Grade Wing Gundam 0. Hey, what's up again, everybody? It's Robert184, 2Rs, 2Bs, Gundam Reviews.net, and the Master Grade Wing Gundam Proto 0. I'm just going to forget the Proto part. Is all put together. The build was a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see what this long-awaited Master Grade has in store for us in terms of gimmicks and articulation. The colorful plates are going to be leading to the body parts that you'd expect, with separatable shoulders there and some funky chicken legs, which are going to be needed for the transformation. The title wings are going to be good, and how about that shield and the twin busters? Looking very colorful to start things off. The beam saber is oversized in green with some fingers, very Master Grade unlike here, although it's perfectly fitting for the wing kits that they're just going to be bagged up. And you've also got an attachment there for the backpack and a couple for the Neo Bird mode. And that's going to work great, hopefully, when you get it up aerial. To kick things off with the legs, well, they're not going to be starting with a lot of color, but the little details like the gray there, you can see down below in the middle and up on the knee, are going to be looking very, very sharp with no lining required to put it all together. So what do you get? Well, some lining options up there around the hips, and you can see that these parts are actually going to be offset, so make sure you get your left and your right one proper there. And check this out. With the bend, you're going to get a very smooth 90, and how about that? One of the better looking knee slide mechanisms that I think we've ever seen here. Looking fantastic, and it's going to come into play even more. So while it's still down here, what do you get? You can swing this part up and down, and you can see that the ankles are going to move fairly well side to side. The toes, of course, are going to come down, so you should be able to move this fairly well forward, and you'll notice that there's a little bit of separation there. As for the transformation, you can take this part here at the back of the knee and just sort of pop that out, and when you do that, you can separate everything. This part, after you twist the foot around, you're going to take this and put it up inside. It's actually just on a nice slide mechanism. Get the toes down out of the way, and then it's time for some knee magic. With a bit of a pop that you can hear there, you're going to get even more movement there, as this will bend down, and you can see that the knee is going to come in and cover. So hopefully this is going to be looking pretty good, even from underneath. Before the waist section is going to give us a lot more lining options. It actually looks pretty plain if you don't put much on there. I just went with gray around the shapes there, skipped out on the top there, but did do it for the circles, and I actually put some black there for that underhang. But you are going to have these cool little gray looking blades there, top and bottom, that are going to be adding some color without any effort. But how about this? These side skirts, which back in the day were oh so dull, now they're going to have some gray in the top, and you can actually see that this part here is going to be able to slide back at about a 45 and still look good in the down position. On the back, you can see that this part is going to be swinging up there on double ball joints, and the hips, they're going to stay, they're not going to be locked in, or they're not going to be able to swivel forward and back, but hopefully that adds to some stability here, as you can see that the front skirts are going to be moving independently, although if you move them too much, they may just pop out. And how about this chest section? I think it's looking fantastic for the colors, with the white with the little touches of gray up there. That's some gray lining on the neck there, as you've got the blue part, which is going to have these green seals under there. Could have done a little bit of a better job putting them on. But you're going to have a double ball joint here, so you should have some ab movements. And the cockpit hatch here, nice and easy. No modeler's knife or anything needed, as you get to reveal a teeny tiny Hero Yui there on the inside. And how about that? Between the shininess and the gloss, with the gray, the yellow, and the green there in close proximity, I think it looks fantastic. And for the shoulders, you can see that they're going to come out there almost 45 degrees. And for the up and down, well, not so much, but you do have the shoulders still to rely on. And how about these? If you want to take these up and reveal the guns underneath, you'll notice that if you just give them a little pop-up at the back, they're going to be looking better when they come forward. But the fact that you can actually see them and sort of lift them up too much, it just means that they're going to catch the eye and not get overlooked as they have in the past on smaller or inferior kits. I'm a big fan of the arms and the shoulders, especially with just one major complaint. It's the kind of thing on a high grade where you're going to be getting these yellow pieces here and you have to add your own black ink or marker. I just used the $2 lining marker here. With the high grade, I tried going at it, but it would have gone around the whole circle. And here, unless you're pretty convinced that you're going to get a proper fill in there, I just decided not to do it this time. It's the kind of thing Bandai, perhaps they could have done a black piece underneath with the yellow one on top. But that problem aside, what else are you going to be getting? Well, first of all, the white part is going to be opening up here. The blue part is going to be opening up here, so you can actually have them sort of spread, which is looking cool. You've got the ability to put the beam sabers there on the inside, and you've got a booster underneath. Seems like they really do like their dice underneath. We've already got the Strike remastered with his 5. It looks like this guy is always going to be rolling 3, and the booster is going to be moving there. You've also got this white piece, which is going to reveal some more white details underneath, with the little details of gray showing through. I just went for a straight line there in terms of the actual lining, But what do you get for the bend? Well, you're going to get your 90 out of this, and you could call that a little more than 135 if you want. You've got a big shield attachment here, which is going to be on either side. The fingers, disappointingly, are just going to pop off as the 4 fingers are split with the thumb there. Make sure you don't pull this forearm piece off. And you've also got the ability here to take this whole thing off, as this part is going to go for a bend as you get it ready for the transformation. As I hope you can make it out there, that it's just going to be able to slide out a little bit, and then it's going to have some more rotation to it. One thing to be aware of is that it's great that they gave us these gray parts in plastic, not in seals. Just something to be aware of is that they do pop out. If you're putting your lining marker in there, they may just pop out on the inside, and it's the kind of thing you don't want to be losing teeny tiny pieces like that. As the dreaded missing pieces thing has already affected me with my twin busters here, I've lost one of the ends. I gotta go check inside the vacuum bag even, see if I've got that still around. So when you see it all put together, I'd say it looks fantastic. You've got the yellow color up there looking sharp, and you can see that it's going to look great around the front and the sides. You've also got some offset here with the colors, the grays being slightly different. And it looks fantastic overall, I'd say. And so what do you get to do if you want to actually take these apart? Well, first of all, it's a solid fit. Check these out here. They're going to be offset. So you've got one opening this way and one opening this way. So they're going to attach in very nicely to each other. And this one back here is going to have a peg, and this one is not. Of course, you can bring these both down nice and easy. They don't bury themselves inside. They're still going to be sticking out at about a 45. But these should look absolutely impressive when you put them in hand. And whether you're going to go for the old spin or the old straight down shot together, I'm just going to have to ignore this for a bit. And besides helping hold the twin busters together, they're also going to be used in the transformation here, as these are going to help you attach them on. So make sure you put them on the right side of the Neo bird. One of my favorite parts, though, putting it together here, was the shield, thanks to the color on color on color. Well, first of all, you've just got this big red piece there, which is going to be exposing little tastes of white underneath there. Some gray lining I could have probably put on a little bit more, but nonetheless, you've also got the nice little details down there added on, but just on the front. It is only going to be a seal, perhaps somewhat disappointing, and I don't know if the red should be showing through there, but for me, more colors is a good thing when it's provided by plastic. But how about that for play value? You get to pop it forward and expose some more white and the gray, and how about that? You move one of these and you move both of them as they're on a cog system there. And then underneath, I'd say this shield is actually going to be looking pretty solid, as you've got attachment points all over the place. You can see where it's going to be ready for the Neo bird, and if this wasn't good enough, you can actually go and take this whole thing and bend it up, and hopefully that's going to do a better job of disguising that this is more than an MS in disguise. And there's a reason why this guy is feared at long distance and near especially, and well worth the 3,000 points. So you've got the two beam sabers here and the oversized green beams, just to give you an idea. Check this out compared to the high-grade DX satellite cannons. They're equal in length. Oversized and ridiculous, able to stow in the shoulders, but it's the kind of thing that even just the bright green, it's a kind of motif that's really helps spread the colorful message with this guy. And it just gives you so many play options that you know for posing that there's going to be a few people out there who buy multiples. And for the backpack, good fun to be had putting it together there. I'm a big fan of the yellow here. You can see some little graded details there on the inside. Could have added some ink to that. You've also got these thrusters back here and the all-important attachment point. But it's the little details there, like the gray that's going to be showing throughout. You can also see the clamps that are going to be holding everything together along with this nice white piece. Simple bit of lining down there and some edging here on the inside. But I think folded up, they look quite good, even though they seem a little bit small. It's probably going to be proportionate with this smaller than 18 meter MS. And for mobility, you'll see that it's going to come up 90 degrees here, and then you can bend this down for another 90. You're going to get 90 this way, and so 180 in total, which means that your posing options are going to be pretty cool as he boost dashes left and right. Of course, it's also necessary for the transformation, but how about this? I'm just going to be holding the one side here, and when you open that up, check out the details there. First of all, just love the mechanism again that's going to be opening it up there. The gray on the inside is going to be very, very important, as they're not going to shy away from actually having these exposed. You can see lots of nice little gray details in there, and there's those yellow parts that I was talking about. They're going to be looking good when you see them overhead, and you've also got the ability here to fold out this little part, which is going to add some more winglings when he turns into his proper bird. With another nice touch being that in addition to the bend there, once you open this, you can see that this is going to give you another 90 degrees, so it just seems like there's posing options all over the place with this guy. My base here is already a bit scratched up, but perhaps you can borrow from one of your old ones. As you can see, this is going to be fantastic, I think. I love it when you actually get to go and attach this on using this to the backpack instead of using under the waist. It's just going to make those winged, angry open poses all the more impressive. These two parts come across as being a bit strange, but as long as they're going to help you get him up aerial when he's in bird mode, hopefully it's going to be a good thing. As they do always give you the regular option here, this isn't going to be working though if you want to go use this one. And don't forget a multitude of various fingers for your shooting trigger finger itchy variety. And Hero still looks right here in his EW clothing. And finally, the head of Wing Zero is one of its most unique parts, and I think the Master Grade Jaw is going to be doing an interesting job of capturing that. It's got all the right colors in the right places. As you can see, the big under the chin, you're going to have not just a goatee, but you're also going to have an almost full beard there in red. And I just love the gray details there, as a lot of them are going to be actually provided in plastic. However, you're still going to have to get in there. I went with black for my lining. You can see for the nose, and besides on the cheeks, the top and the bottom. So 4 little things are actually colored there. I went with black here. Sometimes I went with gray for the most of the rest of the body, but in true Dalong style, I thought I'd try it with the bolder color there. That may get changed a little bit later, but everybody make sure when you put on your green seals there, just don't do it with a modeler's knife. That's something me and some cellophane tape or some green packing tape are after going to go and fix up later. And you can also see on the back that you're going to have a camera lens, and the V-fin is looking a little bit spindly in the head, a little bit small, but nonetheless, I'm looking forward to seeing the proportions when it's all put together. Overall, I hope you can tell that I'm very impressed with the way the kit is going to be going together, and impressed with some of the mechanisms, the shoulders, the legs. He is going to be transforming, and yet he's going to be feeling really solid so far. But of course, it remains to be seen whether that's going to be working out in MS and Neo Bird mode. But the weapons, the accessories, the hands, the figure, the cockpit hatch, and the nice detailing in the head, everything looks on the plus side so far. Anyway, everybody, stick around to see it all put together and transformed. I can't wait. Please let me know what you think with a comment down below, and stick around for lots more news, reviews, and everything else you can use. See ya! Man, I never thought I'd have backpack envy. Me too.